Okay, so today we're diving into something that might seem kind of, I don't know, dry on the surface. Federal judges. But stick with me on this one because this gets pretty interesting. Basically, we're talking about President Biden and his veto of this bill that created a whole bunch of new judgeships. And here's the kicker. It had bipartisan support. So that's what we're going to unpack today. Why would he hit the brakes on something everybody seemed to be on board with? So to set the stage right, the bill we're talking about is called the JUDGES Act. And the whole point of it was to add 66 new federal district judges over a period of 10 years. Now, these are the judges who are like right there on the front lines. They're the ones handling everything from, civil cases to federal crimes, the whole gamut. But here's the thing. The last time we had any kind of serious expansion of the federal judiciary was way back in 1990. Think about that, 1990. Since then, the population's obviously grown a lot. The legal landscape's gotten way more complex. And the caseloads, they've just exploded. We're talking over 30% increase. Just imagine, you're stuck waiting for years just to get your day in court because there just aren't enough judges to actually hear all the cases. That's the reality a lot of people are facing right now. Businesses get hit hard, legal issues just drag on, and people start losing faith in the whole system. It's a mess. Now, here's where it gets interesting. This JUDGES Act, it actually sailed through the Senate unanimously. Republicans, Democrats, everybody was on board. But then it hits a snag in the House right after the 2024 election when, balance of power kind of shifted. And suddenly there are all these delays and accusations start flying around that this was all a strategic move to give the incoming administration more say in. You know who gets those lifetime appointments to the bench? And to be fair, Biden did sign a smaller bill to make 10 temporary judgeships permanent. But a lot of people are saying that's just a drop in the bucket. Like it's nowhere near enough to tackle this massive backlog of cases and the growing needs of the court system. So the big question is, why did Biden veto this larger expansion? Officially, he said he was concerned about the process being rushed.
And that there wasn't enough study done on how these new judges would be spread out across the country. He even mentioned that some states already have judgeships sitting empty that haven't been filled. But you know how it is. This veto, it really kicked up a lot of dust. Some people think Biden's being genuine here, that he really does want a well-thought-out strategic approach to expanding the judiciary. But others, they see it as a political power play, a way to hold on to influence over judicial appointments, and potentially shape the legal landscape for decades to come. And that's really the heart of the matter, isn't it? The power these federal judges have is immense. Their decisions impact everything, from individual rights to national policy. So this veto, it's not just about numbers. It's about who gets to shape the future of our legal system. It's something we all need to think about, because ultimately, it affects us all. And that wraps up this deep dive for today. But here's a final thought to chew on. If expanding the federal judiciary is so critical, what steps can be taken to ensure that it's done in a way that's both efficient and fair?
Something to ponder.
Right. Until next time.